against Brighton and Hove Albion. I want to know from you, who should Chelsea start against Brighton and Hove Albion? Nicolas Jackson and Asen Kuku. Listen to this from Paul Merson. Was no disrespect to Christopher and Kuku, but his hat-trick against in midweek was against Barrow, and it's expected of him to put these teams to sword. I still prefer Nicolas Jackson. He's not a bad player. Last year, he was young and he was made to play every week since he had no one else. His finishing was good against West Ham. I back him, and even better with Minty. The question for you, and then on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube, don't subscribe to the channel and subscribe to the channel and turn on notification. Who should start against Brighton and Hove Albion for Chelsea in centre forward? Is it Nicolas Jackson? And I say Brantia, your friend Christopher in Kuku, and who do you think says Chelsea? Bono Honum Jackson, who would that play the link up play, but I also saw him for Brantia friend in Kuku, or the best in the box. Not so good in terms of who that play in between the lines when he compared to Nicolas Jackson, but I also saw him when he played against Barrow. So I'm asking you, say, and then who should start for Chelsea against Tima, your friend, Brighton and Hove Albion? Let us enter and how the analysis are if you man for you. The way I say the Chelsea player seems to be very, very confident in Enzo Maresca. No? I don't know, say Menko and I say for a lot of people it's the same. But I say it's, you know, sometimes when something is true, but you feel say it's too good to be true, and I say you don't want to believe it, and I'm sure the side of Chelsea will be a brave feeling, because I say a lot of people are beginning to accept and believe that the Chelsea team is good. Enzo Maresca is good. He's getting the best out of the Chelsea players. And I'll tell you a story today of how not one, not two, not three, but as a Chelsea players are beginning to say a lot of very exciting things about Enzo Maresca and the kind of coach how good he is to them, how they are getting the best, how he's getting the best out of them. And especially off the back of Chelsea results last 2 seasons. So it is too good to be true. Hi Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. If it's your first time here, thank you very much for being here. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notification. We give you the best of football, tactical analysis that you can get anywhere in the world over here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. So subscribe to the channel, like I mentioned, and turn on notification. In the notification turning, do choose all. Share the link to any football group that you are in. Every club that you support, we talk about our club here, the Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes certain things are actually too good to be true. And I say, how good Enzo Maresca turning the Chelsea team into not ever be one of those things. And why am I saying so? Oshe, last season Chelsea results were as compared to this season. And how even individual players, but to say Nicolas Jackson deliver. Today you listen to the Brighton and Hove Albion manager, Fabian Hezeler, and Hezeler was specifically asked about Chelsea. Bisa said before the Bournemouth game, Bisa Andoni Areola, and I know Andoni Eka said, Chelsea team, it is difficult for you to analyze and prepare to face them because different ways that they can set up. Now, once Andoni Areola said that, what happened in the game, he set up in a very, very difficult way, especially when Chelsea lacked the personnel needed for that way of playing through a very, very aggressive high press. And Chelsea really struggled in that game until Christopher Nkunku came on and delivered. Now, this is a season where Nkunku shared Jackson Enzo Maresca was asked on the post-match press conference against Barrow game. Said, would he like to play the two players together? That is Nicolas Jackson and Christopher Nkunku. According to Enzo Maresca, he would love to play the two players together. But the worry is that they would lack defensive balance. And that is true. My culture, the importance of having balance in teams. In football games, the best thing that you need is about balance. So that when you can counter press, so that you can press, so that you can have a good rest defense, it is so important. In fact, balance is the singular most important tactical principle across every team. If you don't have balance, you will score, but you will be scored. And if you don't have balance, only controller, you don't have a good chance of winning a football game. That is what Enzo Maresca kind about Nicolas Jackson and Christopher Nkuku. And Fabian Hezeler, Omubisa Fabian Hezeler about Nicolas Jackson and Christopher Nkuku. He said, it is difficult to analyze Chelsea. But on put the they can come money a little bit deep. And he said, Usi Ube analyze Chelsea, I can analyze them in the tactical shape. But according to him, you also need to take into consideration one, the physical strength of the team, the technical ability of the team, so much so that they are too good in 1v1 situations. And so what he is Maresca see, for him, his style of play is simple. The final third of the pitch, give the players solutions to answer questions. And the solution is say, Chelsea game about against Barrow, game about against Crystal Palace, game about against International Milan. These are all games that brought different tactical questions to Chelsea. Now, he as a coach, Nedumani said he has to find solutions for the team. And in finding solutions for the team, we'll share the game against Inter, Crystal Palace, any team a friend in Barra, because they clog the middle of the pack. Normally very aggressive in the middle of the pack, and they concentrated and condensed the pitch, made it difficult for Chelsea to play through them. What he did was that we'll play on the sideways, but he will overload one side at every point in time. Anything the maker to say, team Bia Chelsea now so ball with a midfield 5, midfield 4. What Chelsea do is that they go in a diamond shape. It's in the first half against Barrow. It was Malo Guston and all ball in the overloading area of the right hand side. Then in the second half, a right friend Benjamin Chilwell did come on to do their job. Maresca seems to be getting the job done. He's getting results. Chelsea, as 11 goals this season, only second behind Manchester City. Chelsea over exceeded almost XG. And see, last season, Chelsea underperformed its XG. And it's the reason why in here, most of the people that spoke about Nicolas Jackson kept on saying they are not happy with him because he was overperforming his XG. Underperforming his XG, sorry. Although saying that still last season, no, yes, our link up play, no, it's me a touchable, no, yes, our flex, no. He was doing everything that we know Nicolas Jackson to be doing today, but for scoring. And hence, he underperformed his XG. But Nicolas Jackson is overperforming his XG. Also, 2 against West Ham United. Before then, he has scored against Wolverhampton Wanderers. He has scored against Crystal Palace. It is 4 games, 4 goals this season. Only behind Erling Haaland. Nkuku share, Nicolas Jackson share, Kopama share, Jean Felix share, Pedro Neto share. Almost everybody, Noni Madueke, almost everybody seems to be getting their goals in the attack. And I get why people are a little bit jitchy. Now, Tiasepu. Players need Biakasa. But I said, they've given an insight of what you get from Enzo Maresca as a manager. They have given an insight of what he tells you as a person, how he is, who he is. As a player, a feeling Enzo Maresca near Jumana or they have given a little bit of an insight to it. And for me, it is a very, very telling thing to do. So your coach, not say Makane has seen several times say, so who players and can say, oh, you're a nice person, you're like a father figure to them, and it's animal, but they constantly allude you to your tactics and what you are made of. Then you are gone. You are top notch. You are top notch. And listen to your Chelsea players, Eka. And you see, for me, it starts with the people who are not playing. Because one of the things is that, say players and mobile, they tend to always find reasons to hate the coach or hate the team. Because I'm a ninja. But what's ye players no more boni be? Pedro Noetomo, Axel Sassimo, Christopher Nkuku, and how they perceive the coach Enzo Maresca, and how Omunya believes as a man, no, they are tactically one of the best. You can understand why Chelsea are giving the results of 2 seasons ago, last season. Oh yeah, cold feet kakra. Oh yeah, a little bit careful with Chelsea, but deep down, himself as a team, you're good. And me kind. Chelsea got in the game against Brighton and Hove Albion at home. If the home fans can be as half as good when they go away, that's a Chelsea team 8 million winning. It puts them on the level of one of the most consistent teams this season. Because after Man City, it was a win against Wolves, a draw against Crystal Palace. Since then, all wins. And when I make out sure, it's not just about the 5-0 Chelsea share against Barrow and the AFL or whatever the case is. But look at the metrics. Number of points and Chelsea were at this point in time last season. Chelsea first game won the Carabao Cup last season. How did it go? How did this one go? Go and watch the game against Barrow. How Philippe John Gayson any passing options with Benoit Bellachiri. Now all but the first ball to Kenneth Brisbane. Now this ball about the wall pass to Cesare Casade and running with the ball. I mean, you can tell that team or even the second string side know exactly what they have to do on and off the ball. Bro, Enzo Maresca seems to be building something very, very, very cool at Chelsea on him. And let me go straight into what kind of players about Coach Enzo Maresca, what he has said about him, how they believe that Chelsea can be good at home. And I was telling you about XG, over performance and underperformance of XG teams. So 2024-2025 updated after game week 5. Chelsea overperforming XG by 2.97, almost 3 of overperformance of the XG. Manchester United I suggest 5 goals this season from an XG of 9.64. That's by way of contest. From an XG of 9.464, Manchester United suggest 5 goals. And when Chelsea overperforming XGs by 2.96, meaning that Chelsea share 11 goals, their XG is somewhere around 14 thereabouts, and they have overperformed. No, XG is around somewhere around 8, and they have overperformed it. And that's the quality of Chelsea Football Club. Southampton actually just 2 goals this season, or more from an XG of 7.19. Chelsea XG total XG of after match day 5, like I told you, of 8.03, and watch 11 goes into overperforming XG of about 2.9 thereabout. Arsenal our XG of 5.71, and also overperforming the XG kakra. Then there's Leicester, there's Manchester City. Manchester City are creating one of the highest XGs this season, 11.51 of chances. Liverpool 10.10 of XGs. Tottenham Hotspur 9.39 of XGs. Manchester United 9.64 of XG. Total goals 11. Osha total goals for Manchester City on one share more 13 goals than Chelsea. Apart from that, nobody else no English Premier League anymore share more goals than Chelsea or the English Premier League as compared even also to the XGs and how good they are. So these are the things that Enzo Maresca and the data backs it. Where Chelsea here. I can get it. I understand you. Say there is a little bit of, can this be true? Maybe this may not be true. Yeah, a little bit careful. Let's hedge our thoughts. We don't necessarily know how these things are going to go. But trust you me, Enzo Maresca seems to be on the right way. And again, let me go back to the things that Chelsea players can. But before that, the individual performance of the players have been good. Osha, the most goal involvement since Cole Palmer joining Chelsea in September 2023. Cole Palmer was 39 goal involvement. Erling Haaland was 39 goal involvement. And now you see the top under 23 holding midfielders according to CIES Football. Moise Caicedo the first with 86.7 over 100. And Eduardo Camavinga 83.1. Wayne Zaire Emery 81.6. Kobe Mainoo, our former club before, Ryan Gravenberch in terms of the quality that is there. And then you go down to what the players are saying about Abantia, your fellow Enzo Maresca, the coach of Chelsea Football Club, and what he has said about him. First of all, Axel Desasi, Omo said, why has Chelsea performed on such a high level despite making wholesale changes? Because in Goalkeeper, that's a coach and signing, but still, I think that Chelsea deliver because before the season began, because the Chelsea has signing Chelsea top players any identity, they will not be able to do well. And this Axel Desasi, it is because of the ideas of the coach. Because of the ideas of the coach, according to Axel Desasi, said born Chelsea born. And ADN coach for Phobia. You see, before you even talk about tactics, beyond tactics, it is essentially about somebody who believes in his ideas so much so well. Say he has imbibed in them, and they are so clear, he's confident in it that he sticks to it, make this bold decisions and stick to it. I will make the inference to the day Enzo Maresca. Emmanuel clear to the English media and almost everybody said, I brought here your friend Raheem Sterling. He doesn't fancy how he plays. I don't just Raheem Sterling as he just doesn't fancy Raheem in this team. He would want other players on the team. And he was clear with it. He didn't mince words. One tries to basically go Coutinho China and the problem be a brain. No. Maresca and Casa. And because of the ideas, on himself, he sticks by it. Opewe, he sticks by it. Opewe, he sticks by it. And in terms of coaching, also, on him the tactics and how to use it. I've said this several times. Teams build in a 3-2 phase across every game. And so Maresca see there. Yaka see a best inverted fullback in 10 and just say the BI building a 3-2. Yeah, yes, idea. What we'll do is that there are days where we invert our fullback. There are days where we'll build in a 3-2. There are days where we'll build in a 3-1. Now you overload one side of the pitch near the ball after home. There are days where we'll go long. In fact, there are times when Maresca can, and it has been clear to Obia, say it doesn't necessarily mean that they be more short passes. So options, they balance a channels in them. Go long into them. But make sure, say, at your pinpoint, you pass it to your player, which is very, very important. And what you ask me to the SASI Casametroa, the SASI say it's because of the ideas of the coach and the tactics in training. We all train on the same system and on the same tactics. So every player knows what they have to do in their position. That is why it is easy for everyone. If we have a lot of changes, everyone knows what we have to do. See, like whether Obobi Debia and also Umbobi Debia, it's the same tactics that you train on. You know where you are supposed to stand. And you see, the thing about positional play, they say, positional player, Jumane say, or person or player no baby in relation to the opponent. Know where you want to stand, know where you have to be, know where you have to receive the ball. And so there is this famous video of Enzo Maresca time of joining Chelsea from Chelsea players moving towards the ball. And no. Stay there. Don't go to the ball will come to you. And it is similar to the quote where Joseph Guardiola Eka said, we move the ball, not just we pass not to move the ball, but we pass to move the opponent. That is brilliant tactical understanding of exactly what you want in the various phases of the game. First phase, second phase, build-up phase, transitional phase. All of those things very important. And Enzo Maresca was a clear-cut ideas. And Macan again say a regular player so who will be here or back and so. And all can I so who will be done by somebody. But these players are not even playing. And essentially constantly. Maja no coach, he looks as if he's a top guy and he understands exactly what he's doing. That's at some Axel de Sassi, Eka about Abrantia, the friend of Enzo Maresca, the coach for Chelsea. And then Malo Gusto swat can be visa almost in the same direction. Now listen to Malo Gusto. Gusto say, before I picked up a minor injury, that is before the international break, I noticed some areas of my crossing that needed improvement. I used the international break to work on getting back to my best because the gaffer always encourages us to review our performances, find ways to improve daily. That's why I was really happy to assist in Kuku. The manager has a big impact on us in such a short period of time. The manager has a big impact on us on such a short period of time. This is Malo Gusto. Okasa about Enzo Maresca and what he does for them. They are Oyemomo as a coach, how he has made them better. And you listen to that top paragraph now. Asema Malo Gusto can say, Coach Enzo Maresca has taught them. Say, we a doctor. Now say every day nipa ewu table so you want to review your cases and see where you are going wrong. It was here as a footballer. If you play every game, review it, look at it, watch it, be self-critical of yourself as a player, and see how best you can be as a player, and learn and grow. And that's exactly with the tactics and everything. Also encouraging a team of young players, young brothers, young boys to become men. And I was speaking to the fact, say, in a game against Barrow, every member of the Chelsea team was there. Chelsea boys will be on just to come and offer support to the team, which I think is a very, very, very important thing. Now, look at the quality. See, last season, many Chelsea players about cheaper was a branch friend Robert Sanchez. Me, I'm not even an exception. Near Robert Sanchez. Robert Sanchez Nyade, Robert Sanchez Nyade, Robert Sanchez Nyade, Robert Sanchez Nyade, and Unim Bonebo, and also Pambo, and all of these things people said about Robert Sanchez. But according to Data Mob, the highest performing goalkeepers in the English Premier League so far this season, one, Robert Sanchez, was scored 89. Then two, there is David Raya, 85. Nick Pope, 84. William Vicario, 84. Matt Sells, 81. And then Abrante from Andre Onana, 81. Best performing goalkeepers in the English Premier League, according to Footmob, no, according to Data Mob. That's what he's telling us. And this is the quality of display. No, be our sure Robert Sanchez will tell you. The eye test is there to also collaborate with what the data is seeing. The passing ability from the back, the calmness on the ball. There is one thing beyond last season, not just in the year, which is the cross claiming. See a ball cross, that goalkeeper Pino Abeche. They were not doing that, but essentially today you can see it in the boys. Coming out to claim crosses, coming out to come and jump higher, tower over everybody, and then claim the cross, which is a very, very, very important thing to do. Our teams, and especially when you are growing your team, now we hear some of these things, especially the defending of set pieces. Who defend these set pieces? One of the best things that helps in defending set pieces is the use of height. Into your goalkeeper, you're bold to come out and claim the crosser. It's a very, very important thing to do. And Chelsea seems to be getting some of the metrics right in everything that they want to do. In that big game against Brighton and Hove Albion, it is not going to be an easy game. And Uti Fabian Hezela, or say Chelsea team now, physically, tactically, technically, they are all the best team. He speaks about the quality of Nicolas Jackson. See, and again, where all the things I think the DBS will team here, you need to give me my credit too. Because last season, I make a chairman. See, Nicolas Jackson, you're good. Kofi, you are just motivational speaking now. You say just nice things. But anybody that has a decent idea of what football is about knew that Nicolas Jackson is a top player. And it was only a matter of time. Maka several times, in football, player, the basics not the most important thing. And the basics are in the touch, the link up play, the hold up play, the runs in the channel. If he gets that right, trust me, the goals will come. Oh, he ain't even be brave for the goals to come. It will come. Be patient. And that was Nicolas Jackson last season. And then he's overperforming his ex-Chelsea Chelsea Football Club. And that's the quality of player. Abrantia, your friend Nicolas Jackson, Edeba, playing so well, dictating the pace of the game, being one of the best that you can get in the modern era. Playing so well because only ball. You tend to look at him and say, okay, now there's a quality player. Nedum Onyola on BBC and then or see Chelsea have started the season with 10 points in their last 5 matches and are fifth in the Premier League. With the changes they have made, they have got a very exciting attack. They want to be on the front foot and score goals and then we should see them how they go this year. Man City centre back Nedum Onyola, say the fact that Enzo Maresca has been able to show something with this side at the start of the season, while also knowing that better days are ahead is huge. Chelsea have huge potential. They are showing us something which is exciting. They just need to have a few more weeks so that they can see this is also going to be consistent. Mateo Kovacic on scoring about Chelsea against Chelsea Stamford, say special. I think because Chelsea is a club that I really appreciate a lot and has given me a lot of confidence. I played there for 5 years and a club that will always be remembered by me. To play at Stamford Bridge is always nice. Very happy that I can now do it in the City shirt and be part of a great squad. To score at Stamford Bridge is nice and special moment for me. Paul Merson on Chelsea, he doesn't know what to expect from Chelsea, and that's still about the inconsistencies. Paul Merson, no disrespect to Christopher Nkunku, but his hat-trick immediately came against Barrow, and it's expected of him to put the teams to the sword. I still prefer Nicolas Jackson on who to start. I know you're Chelsea here. That's one of the questions I asked you today. Who should start versus Brighton and Hove Albion? Nicolas Jackson, Anase Nkunku. Nicolas Jackson, Nkunku. Who should Chelsea start against